Hey everyone, it's me again. You know, when it comes to stepping out of my comfort zone, I usually go all out. For example, I've only ever talked/complained about Nintendo stuff. Like twice, I've done it twice. I feel like now would be a good opportunity to choose a different game company or console to criticize. We are at the beginning of a new console generation after all, so there has to be something else to talk about. But I don't just want to talk about any old stinky console. I want to talk about a console that's tall, darkly colored, and has a special glowing cooling system made just for it. Unfortunately, the KFConsole is the only console that fit that description. Imagine that a company called Microsoft released a console in 2013 that followed up a console named the Xbox 360 that was released in 2005. Wait, didn't that happen? Back in 2013, the reign of the Xbox One was going strong, and by strong I mean putrid. It's in the thesaurus. The announcement of that console wasn't the best, considering that the Xbox One was initially revealed with a ton of terrible setbacks, like it requiring Connect to even work, it had to be connected to the internet to even finish setting it up, and it wouldn't read used games. Now raise your hand if you want a console that's terrible. Put your hand on, I'm trying to make a point. Now thankfully, most of those setbacks didn't make it into the final release, but that E3 press conference really gave the Xbox One a hard time fighting with the PS4, as it only sold around 41 million units compared to the PS4's 114.9 million units sold. There was another console the Xbox One was competing with, but we don't speak of that one. Get it? We don't speak. Anyway. Well, after losing badly to the PS4, Microsoft knew that they couldn't keep the disappointment alive forever, so they had to start making a new console. A console that was even more powerful than the Xbox One X. Well, at E3 2019, Microsoft announced a brand new console they were cooking up. Codenamed Project Scarlet was announced and was to be released holiday 2020. I wonder what the final name turned out to be. Rumors about Microsoft announcing a new console can date back all the way to as early as June of 2018 when Phil Spencer, the vice president of gaming at Microsoft, said they were deep into architecturing the next Xbox consoles. At Microsoft's E3 2019 press conference, they did confirm Project Scarlet to be their next new console. Later that year, at the Game Awards 2019, Microsoft revealed the name, design, and late 2020 release date. Now, I do think the new Xbox console is a pretty decent console. But the name though! The name might as well have been generic Xbox Name the Third, because the new name Xbox Series X doesn't say anything special about the new console, and it is identical to another console, the Xbox One X, a one-word difference. Man, I'm on fire today! The Xbox Series X was released on November 12th, 2020, followed by the PlayStation 5 just 2 days later. As of June 30th, 2021, the Xbox Series X is the fastest selling Xbox ever, as it has sold over 6.5 million units in just 7 months. Unfortunately for Microsoft though, the PS5 is winning, as it has sold over 10 million units in around the same amount of time. But plot twist, according to Microsoft, the Xbox Series X is the most powerful game console in the world. Now we're going to be putting that to the test based on the technical specifications of the Series X. I know I haven't been talking about the Series S too much this video, but if you check the title, yeah, I don't see Series S anywhere. So for now, we're going to stay on the Series X. I'll also be comparing it to the PS5 just because they are direct competitors, because they're on a similar power level to each other, and because it just feels right to me.
What about the Switch?
The Series X is running on a custom 3.8 GHz AMD 8-core Zen 2, while the PS5 is running on an identical processor that tops out at 3.5 GHz. The Series X and PS5 both have 16 GB of memory, but the Series X has 1 TB of storage compared to the PS5's 825 GB of storage that is coming on its SSD. The Series X graphics are coming from an AMD RDNA 2 chipset, and again, the PS5 has similar graphics supplier with an AMD RDNA chipset. So in all, the Series X just barely comes out on top. So that's cool and all, but what does the Series X have compared to the Xbox One? For one, it has a completely new design, going for more of a tower design than the sideways formation we are used to with the Xbox. The controller has also been redesigned. I mean barely, but it's different. It now has a D-pad that looks more like the D-pad on the Elite series of controllers. It has a new share button in the middle, and it no longer has the ridge on the top like the One controllers. The console itself has a new specially designed cooling system that uses one 130mm fan at the top that sucks in nice cold air from the bottom and spits out the heat generated from the components through the top. Did I mention it glows? Not only does the cooling look cool, but now Minecraft can too, all thanks to the Series X's capability of ray tracing. According to Nvidia, ray tracing is a method of graphics rendering that simulates the physical behavior of light. Now if I translate that to English, it basically means with the power of 3 letters, Minecraft and friends can look fancy. So no, I think the Series X is a pretty decent console, and that's coming from someone that lives in a Nintendo household. Oh geez, I'm grown up. Fine, to keep my youth, I'll give the Series X a challenge. If it can look Minecraft and look fancy, then it could do the same to Karl's room. Wait a minute. Never mind.